So Rebecca Hall is following up her phenomenal performance in the Night House with even more of a phenomenal performance, an even better one. If that's even possible.
I don't know how it's possible, but it happened.
It did happen.
It happened.
So, let's see. We already read this one. Margaret's life is in order. She's capable, disciplined, and successful. Everything is under control. That is until David returns, carrying with him the horrors of Margaret's past. So Margaret, played by Rebecca Hall, is this businesswoman who's on top of her shit. You know, she's not the best person. That's for sure.
Yeah.
She's doing some questionable things.
Sure.
But, overall, she's a normal human with flaws. And then her past comes back to haunt her. Now, when we watched this trailer, I personally, and I think Kaylee was similar, I thought this movie was a totally different thing. The tone and the performances and all that are exactly what I expected them to be. The story did not go in the direction that I thought it was going to from the trailer. This movie is really bizarre in certain moments, for sure.
Yes.
The ending is absolutely going to have some people being like, what the fuck is this?
Yes.
If you saw Men,
yeah,
you're going to have a similar-ish experience. Now, I don't want to make you think that it's going to have something like Men, because it's not. It's just going to be that same kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
right?
It's
but it does mirror Men in one way, right?
It does.
In the end.
Which I actually really like, and we haven't talked about it, but there's this trend, I guess, that's coming out in movies, and especially horror, which is kind of flipping certain roles of genders to tell a story in a particular way, and I really like it. And it is surreal at moments, but the whole film, there's a lot of, like, I won't say it's grounded because it is a psychological film, so there's a lot of, like, unreliable narrator stuff going on, but the surreal moments and the, like, weirdness are, like, contained to, like, specific points. And then the rest of it, you're kind of like, they're like, what does that mean? Is this happening then? And, like, it's really suspenseful, and it drives the movie very well by those little creepy moments.
It's just a fantastic psychological thriller with some horror elements in it as well. If you guys are fans of stuff like The Night House, I mean, Rebecca Hall obviously has kind of a tone she likes going for and a style of horror thriller psychological movies that she likes, and she did executive produce this, so she's definitely behind the creative side of this. This is just kind of her bag, and Night House is very similar. A woman who is potentially mentally unwell, and kind of losing her mind as things are going on around her. Okay, so the thing that both of us want to talk about the most here is, I will say this. If there's a better performance this year by a lead in a movie, I'll be happy, because why not?
Of course.
But I will also be shocked.
Yeah.
There is I'll say 5 to 7 minute long monologue that's given by Rebecca Hall in this. It's a stagnant, stationary shot of just her face telling this story of her past traumas. And it's one of the most compelling, the most, like, amazingly delivered, gut-wrenching performances that I've ever seen in my life. And this is up there with the monologue delivered by Robert Shaw in Jaws about the U.S. Indianapolis, right? Like, this is one of the great monologues because she emotes so many different emotions during this. And it's, as I said, it's one take. It's all just from memory, right? She's sitting there, she's delivering this, and you go on this journey. You believe every word of it. Mm-hmm. This is something she's telling you, and it's not something they wrote. This is something that happened, and it happened to her, and it hurt her so deeply, and it is mesmerizing. Mm-hmm. She's electric, and this is the greatest performance of 2022 right here.
Yeah.
I'm telling you outright. And I gave her the best performance of 2021 last year. So the fact that she's now going to be my number one again this year, spoiler.
I know.
There's no fucking way I'm getting a better performance than this. I'm fine with it if I do. I mean, yeah, it's just not happening. So if nothing else, and you are a fan of like Toni Collette in Hereditary, Florence Pugh in Midsommar, Anya Taylor-Joy in The Witch, Essie Davis in The Babadook, this is that level of performance, or Rebecca Hall in The Night House herself, just kind of doing it again. She is jaw-droppingly amazing in this role. So if nothing else, if you're just a fan of acting, this is an absolute must. And we haven't even mentioned Tim Roth, who's very good in this.
He does a great job.
Nobody can hold a candle. Right?
Oh my gosh,
it's one of those performances where it's like, everyone's good in this.
Yeah.
Right? It's like Gangs of New York when you watch that. And it's like, you got Leonardo DiCaprio and you've got all these amazing actors in it. But like Daniel Day-Lewis is just, he's on this other level in the movie. And you can just feel it. It's like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight or something, where it's like, everyone's given a great performance. You got Michael Caine, you got Christian Bale, you've got all these amazing actors, freaking Morgan Freeman, whatever. And they're all there and they're all giving amazing performances. But there's just this person who's like, just above them, like, oh, let me show you. Let me show you a performance. It's phenomenal. I mean, fuck. What else can I say?
I know, and I don't even know what else to add on to it, because I think you said it really well. But it's just incredible. Like, it's so captivating. And so, like, you cannot, like, you just don't want to look away from the screen the whole time. And, I mean, yeah, it definitely was the highlight of the film for both of us. I think we were just completely in awe watching her perform. But throughout the film, her performance is still phenomenal. And everybody else does a fantastic job as well.
Yeah, we only spend time with maybe 4 characters all together. 5 characters all together.
It's a small cast for sure, but it's fine. I mean, for the world that we're in, it is it's an intimate. What's happening is this psychological driven horror story, and it takes place with just a few characters, and that's fine. But yeah, it definitely wasn't the movie that either of us were expecting, but I think we were both like extremely happy with it. And I really loved it. I really, really loved it. And it's going to be tough, because we were talking earlier today about kind of what our top horror movies so far are this year. And that one is definitely like up there for me, but there's so many other great stuff that's come out. It might really just come down to her monologue, because I think that it's that good. It's that good. So.
You know what movie needed a character from this in it? Get Out. There's a woman who works at a hotel. And Get Out needed her in it just to scream the line, "Get out."
Oh my god.
That's all I'm going to say, but it is scary and startling and unexpected. So scary. And it's just like, oh my god, what is this woman?
I know.
So oh my goodness, that really took us for a loop. But this movie is really just going to be for like fans of psychological slow burn, character driven explorations of people's mental states and the lengths people will go to protect themselves, what crazy things fear will drive you to, and psychological abuse from partners. And yeah, just a lot. There's a lot here. So if you're into those kinds of films, this is an absolute beyond must recommendation. It is currently available to rent on VOD. It's $6.99 and worth every penny. So penty? Every penty. It's worth all your panties and your pennies. Your penties. I don't fucking know. Watch the movie. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Moving on.
Bye.
Bye.